Hey folks, today I want to show you one of my favorite ways to start a campfire. This is a good all-weather fire starter solution that's really easy to use, easy to obtain, and wonderfully, it's free. And that is dryer lint. So every time I take a load out of the dryer, you know, you got to scrape the little lint tray, get all that out of there. And you could just throw that away, but it's kind of wasteful because it actually works perfectly for starting a campfire. Because if you think about it, that's all the fuzz that's coming off of your jeans and your sweaters and your towels and all that. And so it's fuzz and maybe a little bit of dust, maybe a little bit of hair, a little bit of maybe cotton fibers. So really it's a nice pulp that works well as a fire starter. So I save that, keep it in a little plastic bag like this, and always keep one of these in my pack. I keep one of these in the pack that I use to go backpacking, my full external frame, and I keep one of these in my little day pack as well. Now, this amount of dryer lint, that's, I mean, smaller than a fistful, will last a very, very long time. And what's nice about it is it compacts really, really well. You can scrunch it up really densely and then kind of stretch it back out again when you need to use it. So you don't need a lot, but it's easy to take more than you need, so you might as well have more versus having less. So I'm going to show you just kind of how I go about using this to start a fire. Alright, so being made of a nice, fine, fibrous pulp, this stuff burns well, and it just kind of smolders too. So it's not something that immediately goes whoosh and ignites and it burns out quickly. It lights easily and it kind of smolders and gives you a second to catch whatever your other tinder is, whether that's leaves, or today we're going to be working with pine needles, whatever, or bark, whatever you tend to use. It gives you time for that to catch. So just like anything else, you can use matches, a lighter, I've got flint and steel. Pretty much anything that creates a flame or spark can be used to ignite this. So doing it with a match, pretty simple. You just put the match right in there, goes up nice and easy. And so you can see there is a flame coming off of it, but it's also kind of smoldering too. And so that works well because it gives it time to catch other things. Get that off here, I don't need to start a real fire yet. But see, even after the flame, I mean, you can still see a tiny little flame on there. It still keeps smoldering and keeps burning. So that's how you would do it with matches. But a lot of times when I'm camping, I like to just hone my skills, and I tend to use flint and steel just because I think knowing how to use flint and steel is always good. So to do this, it kind of has a tendency to blow around a little bit. I kind of cup it a little bit, and then I actually put this directly on here and I'll strike down into it. It might be kind of hard to see on camera, but what I'm going to do is basically scrape across this straight down, so all the sparks are going straight down right into that little dip, right into that little bowl. And it doesn't take much. So now you can already see it burning and smoldering. So just a little spark will ignite this. And what's cool is even if this is slightly damp, it'll still smolder like this. It won't give off a big flame, but being that this is all pretty much cotton fibers, it takes a long time to soak all the way through. So even if it's a little bit damp, the whole interior is still going to burn really well. Alright, now that I showed you just how to light the dryer lint, we're going to actually put it back into context. So I've made like a little teepee fire here, and this is the way I prefer to do it. You basically make a teepee, or 3/4 of a teepee really, and the side that you leave open, it can be any side, but I found it works better if that's the windward side. So if air is actually pushing up into the fire, igniting everything else. I'm sure you've seen campfires where it basically burns all on one side and the wind's blowing the flames the wrong way. I like to use the wind to my advantage to help suck more air into the fire. So I don't know if you can see it in there, but I've got just a small little tidbit of dryer lint, not even much, just a little pinch in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and ignite this. doing this with my phone, so I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Alright, I just lit the dryer lint and it's burning, and now I'm in kind of a pine forest. If you look around me, it's all pines. So I have the dryer lint and then pine needles and then tiny little sticks and then slightly larger sticks. But that was one match. It's been going for 30 seconds maybe? A minute? Probably not even a minute. And look at that. It's already incredibly hot. So this is an excellent fire starting tool, and I would recommend that you just take a little pinch of this dryer lint and just put it in your camping gear, put it in your bug out bag, anywhere where you might need a fire. This is an extremely helpful tool, and everybody has it, and it's free, so take advantage of it. I feel like I need to cook some marshmallows or something now. But I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later on Lefty's Guns.